four ways to actually represent a function. Either algebraically, which means with a formula, right? Or in a tabular manner, which means with what? Using a table. Yes, Kauthar? Or using verbally, which means using words, right? And then the final one was graphically. In other words, a graph. Now, Rais, if you look carefully over here, your question related to this is y plus x equals 6. That is a graph. I say y plus x equals 6, right? There we go. Do you see it's a straight line? In fact, y plus x equals 6 is actually the line minus x plus 6. Do you know how I get that, Kauthar? Yes. I just take the x over, and I got minus x plus 6. Okay. Now, if I have another graph, the other one here is x squared, where was this? Plus y squared equals 36. So, do you know what type of graph that is? Yes or no?
Oh, that's a, what's that called now?
It's a circle with radius 6. Which you will learn later on. It's fine if you haven't done the function now. Now the point is, guys, when we solve simultaneous equations, what we're really doing is we're looking for the points of intersection. What are we looking for? The points of intersection. What point on x and what point on the one graph, such that when I put in the x and the y, I put that in on the other graph, I get the same values. That's this point here. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Do you see it? Iman? This point here. So one of the solutions to this equation is what? 0 on the x. Kauthar?
0 on the x
and 6 on the y.
And 6 on the y.
And here you can see it was 6 on the x and 0 on the y. Right. Now you missed one solution because you chose not to factorize it. Okay. Let's go and do this question now. So we already know what the solutions will be. Do you all agree with me? You must get how many solutions, Kauthar? 2. The one solution is 0 and 6 and the other one is 6 and 0. Now they won't always look like that. It could be 2 and 18 and 34 and 69. Are you with me? Okay. So let's look at that. Let's solve it. And then you check your work as well and you see if you got something similar. Okay. The first question was, or the first equation was what? Y plus x, isn't it? Equals 6. And the second equation was what?
X squared plus y squared
equals to 36. Right. So this is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
So let's turn the other one into something that has what? Y equals 6 minus x. And as you can see clearly, that's a straight line. Both of these are equivalent. They are the same thing, right? Now I'm going to take equation number 3 and I'm going to substitute that into equation number. I'm going to take 3 and substitute it where in?
Equation number 1.
Equation number 2. Because equation number 1 and 3 are the same. So I obviously can't put them into each other because they're exactly the same thing. So let's put that in. Let's go for Violet and we say, okay, x squared remains x squared. Azra, are you with me? And now I say plus the y value there is this here now. And that must go into that over there. Right. So that's going to be 6 minus x all squared is equal to 36. Now I simply complete this here and I say, okay, that's x squared. This is going to give me plus 36. Do you agree?
Yes.
That's going to give me 6x negative and double that. So it's minus 12x plus x squared is equal to 36. Seeing that I got 36 on both sides, Kauthar, they cancel out because they both are positive and they both are 36. Do you know how I got that? Because if you take it over, it becomes minus 36 and it falls away. I'm now left with x squared, right? I'm left with 2x squared. Okay. Minus 12 is equal to 0. Nothing is left there. Now you factorize, people. 2x is a common factor and I'm left with x minus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, either 2 must be equal to 0 or x must be equal to 0. So therefore it must be x equals 0 or x is equal to 6. Right?
How do you do that?
Listen up. So as you can clearly see, x equals 0 or x equals 6, and as you know, this comes from the zero product property, right? So I'm going to go further. I'm not going to indulge in the zero product property over here, but we're going to say y plus x equals 6 or y equals 6 minus x. So you go back to this equation, y equals 6 minus x, and you know you found two solutions for x now. You got one solution of x is equal to 0 and another solution of x equals 6. You're going to take this and you'll substitute it in this on top. So I say y equals 6 minus 0, and on this side y equals 6 minus 6. And clearly you can see this gives you a solution to say, okay, that must be 6 and that must be 0. And this is a coordinate was 6 on the x and 0 on the y, and this is a coordinate is what? 0 on the x and 6 on the y. Very well done, people.